Anderson on the high after 2 wins last week in Glasgow. Beating Adrian Lewis and Peter Snake by right. Chizzy only has 3 points. Pressure time for the man from St Helens. Wayne Martin, Stuart Pye, your commentators.
Yes, just 20 minutes or so down the East Lancs Road to St Helens. They've already seen Michael Smith beaten. Dave Chisnall simply has to win to avoid the embarrassment of being in an elimination fight in Cardiff on Judgment Night. Chisnall was 3 darts away from the final 12 months ago. And here he is with some big darts to throw against a defending world champ and Premier League champ.
Yeah, and he was only a 2-dart combination away from winning the league phase. Drew with Michael Van Gerwen on the last week of the league phase. If he'd have beaten him, taken out, I think it was 68, would have topped it. So to go from finishing second to possibly finish second from bottom is a big old swing for Chizzy. It's not his scoring that's letting him down, it's been his finishing this time. The combinations have not been flowing, whereas this man, he just seems to hit it every week, doesn't he, Stu?
Well, Anderson has just got better and better, hasn't he, since the illness and the virus that forced him to miss
140.
the opening night. Took him a week or 2 to settle into the tournament, but 5 wins on the spin suggests that the defending champ is in no mood to relinquish his title.
And a win here, Gary Anderson could momentarily top the table.
41. Gary O'Quarrie,
Always nice to be the head of affairs. 161.
$65.
96 left, in control.
Chizzy,
100.
consistently
Gary
inconsistent,
96.
sums up his Premier League.
It does. Will stay there for the treble. No pressure on Gary
56.
Anderson. And loads of pressure on Chizzy, not just in this leg, but like we've already alluded to, elimination. And it is embarrassing, Stu, finishing bottom.
139.
All that malarkey.
Gary
I know that.
40.
Tops.
Game shot in the first leg. Gary Anderson.
Gary Anderson now has the composure of a world champ, of a Premier League champ. He's never, ever beaten until that final dart goes in.
140.
Chizzy scrambling. When he gets going, when he gets that scoring going,
135.
terrific to watch, and more often than not gets the results, but really odd to see him struggling in the Premier League.
140.
These two have met 5 times, 6 times in the Premier League.
135.
In the league phase 3-2 to Gary, and 1-0 to Gary in that playoff game that you aforementioned, Stuart. Really should have got through Chizzy, shouldn't he? When he won 6-4, decided to leave 32 instead of going for the bullseye, and come back and missed 3 at that 32, and Gary took out 116, then beat Michael Van Gerwen in that final.
121.
On those misses, things change. Bullseye for Chizzy.
96. Gary O'Quarrie, 91.
51 all ball. What do you fancy, Gary? He likes the 51. Does he like tops?
Game shot,
of course he does.
Leg, Gary Anderson. Third leg is Gary to throw first.
Clinical.
Game on.
Brilliant. Glad I'm not playing him.
100.
Averaging 110, Gary Anderson.
$80.
All of a sudden, he just found a way to win when it really, really mattered. He just immense
60.
talent, ability, class on the hockey, but once he got on a roll, winning, TV titles, it just all
140.
Yeah, it was winning that world title in 2015. Changed his whole attitude.
140.
He's now one of the very best all the time. Doesn't go missing during matches.
190.
Good pressure from Chisnall. Not sure his counting was much good though.
134.
162 left.
Shake of the head from Mr. Mardle.
But he's kind of saved it, didn't he, with the 2 last trebles, so he couldn't do a lot about that.
130.
Perfect setup,
Gary Uruguay,
but will it
67.
mean nothing? 51 again? Yeah, your eyes are not that bad, Gary, either. That is a 17. Tops.
27.
Asking if it was a
Gary
17.
Uruguay,
Dear
32.
Lord.
Therein lies the problem,
Gary Uruguay,
and that has
40.
been the problem since day one in this Premier League.
Double 10 now. Double 5.
30.
They're both making a mess,
16.
but you feel that Dave Chisnall simply has to get this. Got to move over, which he does, and he gets it. That is a brilliant
Dave
dart.
Chisnall.
Forget how it's won,
Leg is
it's
Dave
a
to
leg
throw
one,
first.
and Dave Chisnall needed it.
Game on.
2-1, Gary Anderson.
The world champ misses 4 darts for 3-0. Yeah, has a good record. 10-3 the head-to-head Anderson's
82.
favour. But 2 of those 3 Chisnall wins have come in the Premier League group stages, haven't they? So Anderson dominant, but he won't be pleased about it.
140.
I mean, the first dart he missed at tops was fair enough. It was well thrown, it bent the wire, but the 3 that followed, he won't be very happy with.
140.
Gary Anderson, of course, beat Dave Chisnall just 3 weeks ago in the UK Open. Then lost to the Essex bin man,
140.
Barry Lynn. Oh my. The world of darts was on his head that day. You don't beat Gary by getting lucky.
140.
You've got to be good. Chizzy is fighting away, but he's playing a man on form.
100.
Averaging
Gary Uruguay,
104,
139.
Gary Anderson.
They've both been scoring really well. Anderson 104, Chizzy 101, despite the fact that
99.
missed 10 darts
Gary
in double
Uruguay,
already.
121.
51. Yes. Bullseye!
96. Xavier Uruguay, 40.
Chizzy has to go high if he's going to miss. Cannot afford to go low. Just makes hard work of it. You don't want to be switching. 5s.
30. Gary Uruguay, 25.
Well, 1 for double 12.
Game
Double
shot in
12,
the
well, he
fourth
didn't
leg.
think
Gary
that was in.
Anderson.
He was about to have
Good leg,
another
it's
shot.
Gary to throw first.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, with my eyesight
Game
and
on.
your ability, man, we'll be fine. He knew it was in. He's playing games. Fellas, I'm beating you and I can't even
97.
see. Oh, dear, oh, Lord. A blind dart player, world champ. What's happening?
42.
Well, Chizzy's clearly thinking about more misses, which have cost him. As it stands at the moment,
95.
Chisnall, Smith and Thornton all on 3 points apiece at the bottom.
Just an incredible turnaround.
140.
Second last year. Looking in real trouble.
The good news
136.
is that for Raymond van Barneveld and his followers on 6 points, just above that bottom 3, that a Chisnall defeat, and he's safe. He's
93.
safe anyway, isn't he? It'll need a remarkable run of results for that not to happen.
Treble 19. His
137.
cover shooting's been superb. Not just on the 57, but on the 51 as well. First 180, Chizzy! Yes!
180. Gary Uruguay, 36.
Pressure is on. Double 9.
Game shot on the fifth leg. Gary Anderson.
That's the difference with Gary Anderson, isn't
Dave
it?
to throw first.
Just
Game on.
what? Probably 20 months ago, He could have panicked. Because the
58.
first start was so poor, might have missed all three. Not anymore.
108.
Three in a bed, three in a row. All on the same line in that treble 20 bed.
100.
Another 60. Yes, another 60. Oh, Gary, that's just...
140.
That's a letdown.
Not good enough.
No, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't.
134.
Well, Chizzy fighting, scrapping for survival. In Cardiff on
99.
Judgment Night, Chizzy plays Peter Wright, Fulton plays Adrian Lewis, Michael Smith plays Phil Taylor.
Dave Chisnall has won one match in this year's Premier League,
93.
and that was 7-0
82.
against Robert Thornton on the opening night. His eyesight must be terrible. 42 for 32.
42.
Never seen him
Daniel Aguirre,
look
116.
at where the darts are going so much and just be unsure. 19 for tops for another leg. That is massively important, and that was a bit of quality from Chizzy.
180.
Second 180 for Gary.
Well, Anderson actually looking to break his duck
60.
here in Liverpool, yet to win in the Premier League here at the Echo Arena. 1 draw, 3 defeats.
43.
As soon as I've said that, thrown his worst 3 darts of the match.
Brilliant last
140.
start from Chizzy. Yeah, Gary's bad shots really have been few and far between, but that 43
134.
has been recovered with the help of that 134. In control of this leg and the match, you think, Gary Anderson?
Well, he's fighting away, isn't he?
180. Gary Aguirre, 144.
Another double 12 now. He loves double 12.
Gary Anderson. Eight-legged save to throw
Superb there.
Well, a nod of approval for the world champion.
100.
Massive week in Glasgow on home soil with those wins over Adrian Lewis and Peter Wright. And those 2 big wins in Scotland
100.
have put him in a really good position to go and claim a semi-final spot. And the numbers at the moment,
140.
not lying, 107 nearly, Anderson.
For a 6th win on the bounce, needs 2 more legs, and he'll go top.
80.
Another 180.
We didn't have a 180
60.
until the 5th leg. We've had 5 since.
Well, they're greedy, aren't they? Greedy dart players.
140.
Ah, this is great. All Dave can do is now leave a 2-darter. Another 60. He's left that 2-darter.
121.
Gary wants 57 and 24. 12. Bullseye!
56.
That's for a guaranteed
Take
point.
Uruguay, 80.
Pressure massively on Chizzy. Can he turn this match around with this tops?
60. Gary Uruguay, 25.
1 and double 12 for Anderson. Well,
13.
well,
Uruguay,
well.
20.
It's taken out 144, 25.
Game shot on the 8th leg.
All on
Dave
double 12. He
Chisnall.
misses, and then
Right leg is Gary
Chizzy
to throw first.
cleans
Hang on.
up. The match is still alive.
99.
A point would not be a disappointing result for Dave Chisnall. Even in terms of elimination, a point would be most welcome. Can he fight it out? Can he grind it out?
180.
3 180s apiece. This is a real good pace, isn't it?
100.
You must be enjoying this at home. Well, it's not you, pal.
Well, Anderson should already have a point.
77.
2 missed darts at double 12 for a 6-2 lead. Will that leg, that 8th leg, prove to be a game changer? We shall see.
134.
Gary couldn't leave a finish after the first dart. And Chizzy can't leave a finish here
85.
either. Not often you see that. 2 world-class players, a 168 and
42.
159. Both couldn't be avoided. Huge leg. This is a huge visit.
Well, it is, especially after the poor visit from the world champ.
$99.
It's okay.
Gary O'Quire, 126.
Real pressure on Anderson now.
Yeah, it's all getting a bit tight, isn't it? Another treble or a single. Bullseye again.
87.
3 times he's missed that to
Gary
finish a
O'Quire,
leg.
60.
To turn the match, not around, but certainly more in the favour of Chizzy. Needs to go in, double 10.
40. Gary O'Quire, 39.
Well, not over quite yet. Double 16. Well,
Game's on the 9th
emphatic
leg.
from
Gary
Anderson.
Anderson.
a case of what
Dave to
might
throw
have been
first.
for
Game
Chizzy.
on.
Well, what Dave has to really think about now is, right, OK, I'm 3 legs behind, there's 3 legs to play, but I'm throwing first in 2 of them.
56.
So be aggressive, hold your throw, and then see what happens. Then try and punish every single mistake Gary makes.
43.
There's one.
11 missed darts at double from Chisnall. Here's the telling stat. That is
140.
why he is trailing. Hurt him.
Well, that's actually why he's in the position he's in the league as well. Far too many
100.
combinations, and I don't mean your 84s and 96s, I mean your 46s and 42s. That's unfortunate.
$120.
One leg for
140.
Gary Anderson to go, albeit for now, top of the table.
He's finding it now.
145.
Tops left. Good game.
134.
Real quality
Debut
game.
O'Quire, 40.
6-4. Got to go in, Chizzy. Double 10.
30.
Well, that's just
Gary O'Quire,
panic-ridden
84.
darts.
Double 11.
73. Debut O'Quire, 10.
That was for the match. This is to save the match. Double 10. Double 5, sorry.
Game shot.
That was more like it.
Dave Chisnall. Left leg is Gary to throw first. Game on.
Throwing for another 2 points. This will put Gary Anderson top of the
96.
pile. Can he convert? Or will Chizzy send it to a last leg?
Well, fine margins, you know. Could have won
100.
7-3. Chizzy may yet think that he can pinch a point.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Absolutely, but fine margins in the Premier League. One leg makes such a difference.
57.
Of that, I agree.
And 2 poor visits from Anderson.
Well, Dave has decided now is the time to tighten up. You can see there's force in his
59.
action, and that is no good for him because the arm tightens up from the shoulder down with Dave.
171.
That is magnificent.
108.
Chizzy is scrambling, he's fighting, he's scrapping. But Anderson here
137.
has left 40 after 12 for a big win, which would leave Chisnall in all sorts of bother at the bottom.
80. Gary Uruguay,
Leave
40.
Dave on 3 points, along with Michael Smith and Robert Thornton. Double 10. That is the win. That is the 6th consecutive win for Gary Anderson. He beats Dave Chisnall by 7 legs to 4. He's top of the table. Chizzy has a relegation battle on his hands.